Hello everyone and welcome to this video about a few features that I feel like MDickie should add to Old School. I haven't made a video like this before, so I would really appreciate some feedback. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Has this ever happened to you? So one thing leads to another and then a fight breaks out. Then it's only natural for us to try to throw someone out of the window, only for them to bounce back in. I really hope that MDickie will allow us to actually throw someone out of the window. Imagine, we throw a dude outside the class and then he lands in the yard or something. Wouldn't that be cool? Life at school is incomplete without friends, and hanging out with them is ultimately the only reason why most of us ever went to school. MDickie has tried his best to portray how life at school is outside the boring classrooms. But I feel like there's a lot more that can be added to enhance this feeling. While there's already a beach, a bar, and various types of shops in Old School, more locations like parks, fairs, cafes, and shopping complexes can be added. The ability to initiate a hangout through a call like we can in GTA 5 would also be cool. MDickie should also allow us to enter our friends' houses, since there's no better place to commit vandalism than your friend's house. Have you ever been outside your house? If no, then you need help. If yes, then you'll certainly know that roads means vehicles, and vehicles are dangerous. And I would say the roads in Old School feel a little bit empty to me. MDickie should add more vehicles being driven by NPCs that occupy the roads with the intention of killing you. In the end, absolute anarchy is the only thing that matters in an MDickie game. The next feature will go hand in hand with the addition of traffic. As the map gets bigger and bigger, it gets harder to travel across it without fearing for your life every 2 seconds. The addition of buses that actually move around the map, or even taxis, would do a world of good. These vehicles could just take us to a place we select for a small price, greatly reducing the time and energy spent on running around and deserting people. Have you ever gone to the beach in Old School? I have, and it's kinda awful. You don't need to be a professional to understand that beaches don't look like this. Like seriously, why are the buildings on the horizon? If you notice carefully, the same image of the buildings is constantly repeated everywhere, and it makes no sense in some places. Take an example of the forest. You'd expect a forest to look like a forest, right? Wrong. MDickie's idea of a forest are giant buildings instead of trees. Now I know that the game is still in its early stages, but this one issue keeps bugging me all the time. I can say the same thing when it turns to night. The sky is still blue and it looks like it's still daytime, although MDickie has tried his best to fake it. There are no streetlights, or stars, or a moon. I don't really care about good graphics in MDickie games, even though there's a lot of potential. But some of these questionable game design choices really ruin the experience. Sports is the fun part at school. It's the time where we get to free ourselves from the school's daily routine and enjoy for once. Currently, in Old School, we are able to play a stripped down version of basketball and catch. This is definitely not enough to have fun. I really wish we could play more games within Old School like baseball, soccer, beach ball and basketball with NPCs instead of, playing alone. Recently, MDickie added quite a few new shops to the map. These shops are very useful and the way they work is really simple. And the fact that you can also steal money from the cash register makes it so much more fun. But I really feel the exterior of the shop needs a makeover. Let's take a page out of an old GTA game. In San Andreas, all the buildings which can be entered and interacted with are given more details. compared to other buildings which mainly consists of flat textures and no special features. Now compare this to old school. You can notice that the shops from the outside look as flat as your bottom. Secondly, once you get inside these shops, you may notice that the scenery outside the shop completely changes. Does the shop get teleported once you get inside or something? You get the point. A few details here and there will definitely give some life to these shops. While we are talking about interiors and exteriors, I would also like to complain about the mysterious window at your character's house. As you approach your house, you can notice that you can see through the glass and everything seems normal. But the moment you enter the house, it gets teleported into the sky somehow and the street is no longer visible. This one sounds silly, but the next feature might save you a lot of time and maintain your sanity. We all know how annoying it is when you're just going about your day and then your character feels a sudden urge to go to the washroom. You might be thinking, what's the big deal with that? Just go to the washroom, right? But unfortunately, your character has the butt muscles of a 90-year-old and they can't even hold it in for an entire minute. Which leads to them just doing the business in whatever clothes they're wearing and making a hell of a mess. Which leads to the feature I wanted to talk about. Toilet paper. In older MDickie games, if a character wants to go to the washroom, you could just soak it up anywhere with a toilet paper. But there are no toilet papers in old school, and toilets are very scarce. So I hope that MDickie will add this feature sometime soon. Next up, the camera. To be honest, MDickie games are known for the weird camera angles, and some like it. But sometimes it gets to a point where the camera gets stuck in a random wall, and you literally can't see anything. This issue is even more apparent considering half of old school happens indoors. A dynamic camera which snaps to predetermined places, instead of terribly lagging behind the character, would greatly improve the experience. If MDickie can manage to fix some of the bad camera angles without changing the MDickie feel too much, that would be awesome. This one is a minor fix that will make life easier for us. One big aspect of old school is food. You gotta eat to keep your strength up, and that's why when the clock ticks 12, you'll most likely find yourself in the cafeteria. So you find a group of friends and sit down with them, only to realize that you can't grab the food that's right in front of you without getting up or sometimes even standing on the damn table. So that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if there's something you want to add to this list, because there's a lot of things that can be added to this game. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.